my podcast. But yeah, no, I need to check myself. I need to be meaner to dudes. I just need to like because they can handle it. You know, I think it's because I think I'm like empathetic, but I'm not as empathetic as I tell myself I'm empathetic, but I'm not that empathetic. Like I do genuinely care, but like not that much, you know? Post on my Instagram story, ask me a question. What am I doing?
Welcome to my podcast. You're listening to another episode of Leave Me Alone. I am your host, Elena Banfield. I have another solo episode for you guys this week. I want to talk about Betty White is fucking dead. Betty White and Bob Saget are dead. And I can tell you that I am sad about one of those. And I bet you could guess which one. Betty White was crazy because she almost made it to 100. I know this is kind of old news. This happened like a couple weeks ago. I don't even think she made it to 2022. But in honor of her, I think her birthday comes out the day after this podcast comes out. So in honor of Betty White, rest in peace. We'll miss you. I really never consumed any Betty White content, but I do like the idea of her being on Earth for 100 years, essentially, and not having a single scandal. Like, I looked up Betty White scandals. I can't find one. So, good for her. Bob Saget, on the other hand, I'm not quite as sure. And don't sue me, Bob Saget's estate or whatever, however the fuck that works. I don't know how that works. But I, like, heard murmurs online that he's, like, a perv and, like, you know, like, little, like, pedo or whatever. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Nothing's confirmed, but I've got a clip here that I'm gonna play, and it's from a roast battle. So like, obviously they're like roasting Bob Saget. They're trying to say the worst shit that they can about him, and that's fine. But there's been other roasts of people where things have come up in roast jokes and then later become proven true in a court of law. So like that's like a little bit scary when things like that are, you know, kind of put in our face and we laugh at them. But I just want to play just this clip. It's a TikTok, all right? Like, sue me. It's a fucking TikTok. So it's clipped together to obviously make it sound as like bad as it possibly can. But these are just some of the jokes from the roast of Bob Saget. So we're gonna play it. All right.
Bob Saget, who raped and killed a girl in 1990. Well, first of all, it's not true. It's not true that Bob Saget raped and killed a girl in 1990. How do you make an ass hurt? The Olsen twins say, well, Bob Saget hands you a chocolate milk that he just made, and you wake up 3 hours later, lying on your stomach.
What a tough gig that must have been, huh? His entire job consisted of saying, take a look at this, which is what he used to say to Mary-Kate Olsen in her dressing room.
I love him like a perverted uncle who pays for lunch and then follows me into the men's room. Al should have been called Blackjack because he hit on the Olsens when they were 8. He didn't stop till they were 21. Is it true that he used to give Mary-Kate acting lessons? He'd tell her, act like this never happened. Bob Saget is a sick bastard. He has 2 daughters in college and 3 girlfriends in high school. Most comics dream of performing in Las Vegas, Nevada. Bob Saget dreams of performing in Hannah, Montana.
Bob has done a lot for this country. For 8 seasons, half an hour a week, Full House kept pedophiles off the street. In fact, 3 of them were on the show.
So it's just things like that. And that is from TikTok user Clitoris, spelled like clit, C-L-I-T, and then Taurus, like the zodiac sign. So that shows you that I have reliable sources for my information. But yeah, I don't know. It's just stuff like that where I'm like, no one said shit like that about Betty White, you know? And I guess I've just seen a couple other, deep dives into Bob Saget. on the YouTubes that are very clearly, leaning towards trying to paint him as a bad person. And I don't know because the Olsen twins came out and said like a nice post about him, and so many like comedians and people alike came out and were really sad about his death. So like I don't know how to feel about it. But I just wanted to throw that out there just in case it comes up, post his death that, something like that happened. Like you heard it here first on Leave Me Alone, and I heard it from another source, so I'm stealing it. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy because like I don't know, a lot of these people that are telling these roast jokes like know Bob Saget pretty well, and so it's just interesting that they all kind of chose the same thing to joke about. And that's all I have to say about that. Nothing like a little bit of nothing like questioning if someone's a perv or not right up top at the top of the podcast. But that's leave me alone. That's what I want to do. So, which brings me into the only. Well, I guess there's one of two segments for this podcast now. I'm introducing the Leave Me Alone segment, which is where I tell you guys some stupid shit that happened to me that probably shouldn't have pissed me off as much as it did. But nonetheless, here we are. I'm still thinking about it. So the first one, rule number 1, okay, when interacting with me is do not make me feel like a feminist. All right? Like I feel like I walk around with a pretty healthy amount of internalized misogyny, okay? Like, and that sounds bad. All the women are like fucking turning this off right now, but that's mostly a joke, but like I don't know. I fucking I don't like it. I don't walk around, worried about whether or not I'm being treated equal, and I think that goes for a lot of women. Especially even women that claim to be feminists and all of that. But I'm talking about third wave feminism specifically, and just like people that are out there looking to get offended. Like, I guess I'm just not one of those people. But this has happened to me a couple of times where I'm just hanging out with a friend. It'll be like just me and a friend who happens to be a man. And everywhere we go, people just assume that we're dating, and I hate it. Like, just because I'm like, dude, just because you see a woman with a man does not mean that they are fucking having sex with each other. Like, I guess it just bugs me because it happened at a club recently, and it doesn't matter which club it happened at, but I went to go support a friend that was performing. I wasn't performing, but I went to the club. Me and another friend that was also a male went to the club together to support our friend, and the person I went with knew some of the people that worked at the club, right? So they walk up and they're like, hey, here's my ticket. What's up? How you been? And I've never really been to this club, so I don't know anybody. And they're immediately like, oh, you got a girly friend with you? Like, you got good seats. And I was literally like, no, I'm a stand-up comic. Like, I was trying to tell them so many times. The whole time they were walking us to the table, I was literally like, I do stand-up comedy. Just like, I don't know why I needed them to know that I wasn't fucking my friend, but it was just really important to me. And they did not listen to me one time. And they think that my friend's dating me probably still. So that's really frustrating. And I don't know, dude. It's just like it's just fucking annoying, especially when I don't know why it feels like being someone's girlfriend would be a peg down, but it like does. It just feels like a peg down for being a stand-up comic. I don't know. It's just I didn't like it. And the other thing I don't like is when grown men call me honey. Grown men that I don't know, honey, sweetheart, baby, any of those. And working in a restaurant, let me tell you, it's a little bit difficult. There's really only 2 people that work at the restaurant that I work at, which will remain anonymous. But there's really only 2 people, and they work the night shift, so it doesn't really affect me, because I normally work during the day. But yeah, there's like a little bit is one that I've been getting called a lot lately that really bothers me. There's this one dude who I recently found out that he does not work for the the restaurant. He's like a building manager for like the entire building, including the apartments above it. So like once I found out that this dude doesn't work for my restaurant, it changed the way I interacted with him completely. But like he literally told me recently I was fucking sneaking sausages at work, and he was like, you should take another one. Your ass would thank you. And I'm like, bro, you cannot fucking say that to me. Like, maybe it affected me because I feel like my ass is shrunk, but like I was literally like, bro, that is fucking uncool. And that brings me to my second leave me alone moment of the week, which was I was at an open mic. And when I go to open mics, I don't really drink, right? I try not to drink in general unless I'm, making it a drinking event, which sounds bad, but I'm not I don't really want to have like 1 or 2 beers at an open mic just because I'm like, that's not worth it to me. I'm small. If I get pulled over, I could potentially be intoxicated, but not actually feel intoxicated. And I don't. It just doesn't seem worth it, especially because I have to drive so much. So I don't really fucking drink at this open mic. And every time I go to this open mic, I just get a water, and I feel bad because like I'm not patronizing the bar. I'm not buying anything. And I come there a lot to work out new jokes. And so this time it was a small token, but I was like, hey, can I get a Dr. Pepper this time, or whatever? Just so I'm like, fuck it. I'll get the Dr. Pepper and tip him 100%. That's what was in my mind, in my server's mind. And he looks at me and he goes, this is a bar, honey. We have, and then this is the funniest part. He goes, we have Coke, Diet Coke, 7-Up, Sprite, or water. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll take a 7-Up. Like, why was that a crazy request that I wanted a Dr. Pepper? Like, are you telling me, like, what does that even mean? This is a bar? You also have high chairs in the corner. You have a kids menu here. You're telling me that you don't have a box of crayons and a gallon of chocolate milk in this establishment? Like, if I asked for that, I couldn't get it? That's fucking annoying. I don't know. And everyone else at the table was like, that guy's a dick. But like, I don't know, dude. That's all the ranting. That's all the ranting I really have to do about my week. I've been watching this new show. I don't know if you guys are HBO fans. Hit like and subscribe if you're an HBO Max fan. If you subscribe to HBO Max. I've been watching the show. It's called Yellow Jackets. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to really spoil anything. I'll give you the plot, basically. So it's pretty much Lord of the Flies, but with a girls' soccer team. So a girls' soccer team is going to nationals and their plane crashes. Some of them die, some of them don't. And then they're trying to survive in the fucking wilderness for months on end. And it just got me thinking, like, because I'm at the part, like, it's very, maybe there is going to be spoilers. Maybe I will spoil it. If you're planning on watching it, I won't give away too much, but it's very apparent within the first episode that they start eating each other at some point during the show. You don't know when it's going to happen, but at some point, they start becoming cannibals, right? And I started thinking about it. I'm like, how long would it take? Like, how hungry would I have to be, right? This is kind of a fucked up question. Comment below. How many weeks do you think it would take before you started eating your friends? Like, for real. Like, it's winter, you're outside, you're trying to survive. I say, for me, I've thought about this since I wrote the question down. Probably, I think it takes like, I don't fucking know. How long does it take for someone to die of starvation? Like, literally, I wouldn't be killing people, bro, but if people were just dropping dead, what are you to do? What are you to do, bro? You just start Donner partying it, because that's all you can do, right? Let's see how fucking long. Hold on. How long? Okay, this is the answer. If you stop eating and drinking, death can occur as early as a few days, though for most people, approximately 10 days is the average. In rare instances, the process can take as long as several weeks, okay? I feel like it would take several weeks for that to happen. But yeah, I don't know, dude. It's fucked up. It's a great show. I highly recommend it. If you like creepy, HBO's been doing a lot of creepy shit lately, and I am down for it. but it's got a lot of great actresses in it. Christina Ricci, she's fucking amazing, phenomenal. This is, I think, the first thing I've ever seen her in. And the person that plays her as a young girl is also phenomenal. I really enjoy the series. I highly recommend you checking it out. And the other thing I've been watching is fucking... Oh my god, not even what I've been watching. I also have to tell you guys this, because I have this thing that's crazy. I've gotten on a plane quite a few times, right, in the past year. I think I probably got on, like, I don't know, maybe like 10 planes between like connections and all the shit. And when I started doing it, the first time I flew was going to Colorado with Zach for a wedding. And I was really fucking scared of flying. And he said to me, he was like trying to make me feel better, right? But he's like, if the plane does crash, like, we'll die so quick, you know? And I'm like, you will die, bro. I have this thing in my head where, like, I am the lone survivor of a plane crash. I don't know why I feel like I would survive if a plane crashed, but I do. And I'm fucking knocking on wood right now, because that is my worst fucking nightmare. But I feel like, I don't know why. That's just like one of those things that's like unrealistic, but I believe. People have done it. There was this woman in, God, what was it? I honestly feel like she was from Serbia, which is one of those countries over by fucking, Jesus Christ. I don't even know. I had a boyfriend in high school that was Serbian. I can't remember where the fuck Serbia is, but it's not over here, right? Public schooling did me well. But no, I'm pretty sure there was this Serbian flight attendant who survived a fucking plane crash without an oxygen mask because she had some sort of blood pressure condition, and the way that she collapsed in the plane like held her securely, and she survived, broke her pelvis, but she fucking survived, and she was a flight attendant for the rest of her life. So I just have this weird thing. And I also have this weird thing because I'm related to Harriet Quimby. And if you don't know who Harriet Quimby is, she was the first female pilot in America. Look it up. And it's not Amelia Earhart. Fuck that bitch. But Harriet Quimby died in a plane crash. And so I'm like, since that's in my bloodline, I feel like that's a possibility for me as well. Not dying, but the plane just crashing, you know? Because I'm going to survive the plane crash. Stupid. Fucking stupid. But the other thing I've been watching is... reality television is one of my favorite things in the world. And TLC just released a fucking new show, and it's called I Am Shauna Ray. And it's about this woman. You want to say girl because she's in the body of like an 11-year-old. Like so small, but she's 22 years old. Like it's just, you're watching this show, and in your mind, you're watching a kid vape, and you're watching a kid drink at the bar and go on dates with like adults. Like it is so... It's here. I've got it. Hold on. We're going to watch it. We'll watch a clip. We'll watch a TikTok because that's where I get everything from. Here it is.
I do desire more independence for my family because I can't go anywhere without them asking questions.
Who are you going to the brewery with? Who's driving? When are you going to be back? Be careful.
I've tried to put my foot down with my parents about doing more independent things. They're going to buy a house, and then they're going to be like an addition, and that's where I'm going to live.
I don't know if I'm ready to let her go, but she needs to be let go.
No.
Yeah.
You have to tell them no.
I'm working on my independence. People tell me I'm a fun drunk.
That's fucking, like, I would literally, if my parents were like, yeah, you're not moving out, we're just going to, like, we're going to build you a room in the barn, Elena. You're going to live there for the rest of your life. No way, dude. No way. But this is a great fucking show. It's on TLC. And they're just getting crazy with the stuff that they do. God damn it. Like, you have so many fucking good things that you can watch in reality TV. Like, everything from, like, intervention. Like, if you really want something gut-wrenching that, like, tugs on your heartstrings. Same thing with My 600-Pound Life, honestly. Honestly, that show, like, brings tears to my eyes. Like, I don't know. Because, like it says in the intro, I think I'm empathetic. But, and then Hoarders, dude. Fucking Hoarders. That show, I want to put that show on, honestly. Because my dad always thinks our house is a mess. I just want to have Hoarders on. Like, they watch the news in the morning. I should just put Hoarders on so I can be like, this is how bad it could be. Or honestly, just film a walkthrough of any one of my college dude friends' houses. Like, it's so clean. It's so clean in comparison. But I especially like these ones that are just about like a singular person. Like they have another one that's called I Am Jazz, and that one's been on for a very long time, and that's about a transgender woman. I can't tell. I don't know if she's 18 or not yet. I don't know if she's a woman or still a girl. But like I like those ones where they like personalize it. Same thing with My 600 Pound Life, where they do 1,000 Pound Sisters. That one fucking is annoying though, because you can't get that one unless you have live TV, and I'm like, that's bullshit. It's on the same fucking program. I should be able to watch it. God. But this brings us to the TikTok of the week. And we have, before we talk about the TikTok of the week or just watch them, because there's not much to say, I need to talk about ASMR. It's gotten out of hand, okay? I used to be into ASMR. I used to spend fucking an hour and a half just sitting on like Snapchat satisfying and watching people like cut slime, fucking break up makeup, all that stuff. But it's getting like weird now to the point where like literally like single moms, the same, they look like the same people that would be a part of like a multi-level marketing scheme are doing ASMR lives. And an ASMR live stream, if you have not seen it, and if you don't like ASMR, click through this a little bit. I'll try and keep it as short as I can. It looks like we've got about 30 seconds of ASMR that I'm going to play for you guys just to show you how weird this shit is getting. Like, it's getting out of hand, and I'm annoyed that these people are able to make money off of it. Like, there's no reason that a woman should be able to pay her rent by sitting there and just doing, like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. And tell me if you think that this is contributing anything to society. Thank you so much. Like, just whispering. Like, legitimately. And then there's this other one. I'll show you this other one. There's another fucking thing that they do where they, like, do these things, like, at the camera, like this. And they start, like, stroking it, right? And they pretend that they're doing, like, Reiki on you. And, like, pulling, like, negative energy away from your aura. And, like, look at this shit. And tell me that you think this person deserves to make money for doing this. Look at this. Oh, wait. Like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? And listen. And I'm almost doing the same thing right now. Like, anything you fucking make for social media, like, isn't contributing much to, overall, like, the common good of society, right? But, like, it's just, it just disturbs me. It disturbs me, and I wanted to talk about it, and I think that we should make ASMR 2016 again. Like, let's just, like, put fucking basketballs underneath hydraulic presses and, like stuff like that. I want to see stuff, like, get crushed up and things like that. I don't want to hear a woman, like, it sounds like someone's forcing them to do this. It sounds like a hostage situation, and I don't like it. And that's all I've got to say about ASMR. Stop doing it. Stop ASMR 2022. Hashtag that. Clip it. On to the TikToks of the week. We have two. One's a little bit more extensive than the other. The last one I had to add in because I saw it literally right before I started recording this, and it just brought back some nostalgia for me. So let's go ahead and watch the first one.
Stop it. Stop coming this way. Dad, you gonna just let that white baby come in here and go through the shit?
Yeah. Done.
Dad, you gonna let him just cook on the grill?
Yeah, get out. Yeah.
You gonna let him cook? Dad, you let that little white baby come back in the house?
Man, don't start this shit.
So, bruh, everybody asking the same question. Like, what was it with the white baby? Was he a stranger? Was it real? All of that. The answer is yes. I was fucking shocked. I was startled. Like, how would you feel if a random baby just walked in your fucking house? Like, yes, my father has become friends with this fucking baby. They've grown together. They hang out together on a consistent. I don't live with my father, so I was shocked when I... How do you feel about going viral?
I feel like I'm a freak. Times of people be going viral and they sort of freaky. The ones that I see, they look like they crazy as hell.
What's your relationship with the white babies?
They my kids. What do you have against the white kids?
I don't have a problem with the white kids.
That one was one of my favorite TikToks of the week because me and my family thought it was so funny. Just at the end, him going, "How do you feel about going viral?" And he goes, "I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like a freak," is what he says. And it's just so funny because like he's clearly of the older generation and like he doesn't understand, like he probably doesn't understand why that went viral. He's like legitimately just like Joe Friday 336 explained, like he just like likes his kid. They have a relationship together. But the other reason why I made it the TikTok of the week is because of the effort that was put into it, right? Like that kid starts out fucking tiny. Like he's like in a diaper with a fucking binky in his mouth, and he's like by the end of all the clips he's, you know, like a toddler. And so I just like the work that was put into the montage, and props to Joe Friday 336 for being the TikTok of the week. If you guys want to send in what you think the TikTok of the week should be, you can email me at alainabamfieldcomedy@gmail.com, and I will fucking start including that shit because I would love to show you guys or show things on the podcast that you guys would like to see. So send those in, and maybe you will get to be on the podcast. All right, so the second TikTok of the week, this one just reminds me of summer of 2019. This reminds me of being an alcoholic. Let's watch it. Jesus Christ.
Nah, it's not funny. I've got school. Nah, I'm not laughing. I've got school.
That one is at Matthew Hallenday. And they did such a... If you're listening to the podcast, you've got to come over and watch it on YouTube because this one is a man passed out on the couch, drunk, I'm presuming, and they have done a full mosaic piece on his face, like an abstract face on top of his face, and the eyes are so good. The eyes are so good. The way he pulls up and goes over and opens up his mouth just slightly, just enough to show his teeth, which they've also got fucking marker on, by the way. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of marker bled through onto his teeth. And just the thought of waking up to that. And I, you know what? And I've fallen victim to a couple of dicks drawn on my cheek while I've fallen asleep at sleepovers. And it's not fun. It's not fun when it happens. It's less fun when it happens as a kid. Like if you're like at your friend's house, like for a birthday party or something, and then you're the one that gets drawn on, that's not fun. That feels like bullying. But when you're fucking passed out drunk, just like at someone else's house and they start doing shit like that, like fucking hilarious. Fuck, to stack stuff up on people that are passed out drunk. Like one time we saw how many beer cans we could stack around our friend Ben, and a lot. A fucking lot, dude. He woke up like in a fortress of Bud Light. It was amazing. And I I don't know, man. So shouts out to drinking. Shouts out to drinking. We're going to end the pod, so I'm going to give you guys some of my dates. So January 16th, the day that this comes out, I'm going to be doing Make It Spicy in Grand Rapids at Mulligan's Pub. I love Mulligan's Pub. The first time I went to Mulligan's Pub, a woman bit me on my ass through my jeans. And I had 7 little jagged tooth marks in my butt cheek for a couple of weeks. And then she followed me into the bathroom. So I'm excited to go back. I haven't been there in a while. So for all of my Grand Rapids listeners, going out to Mulligan's at 9 o'clock tonight. And I'll see you there with some new jokes that are probably going to bomb. If you see me do comedy and I bomb, let it go. Because I'm trying to. January 17th, that's a Monday, I'm at the Weekly Crunch. That's at Crunchy's Sports Bar and Grill in East Lansing, Michigan. And then on January 18th, again, like I've said, every fucking podcast so far, we got Comedy Rumble, Brett Hayden's Comedy Rumble, and Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. So I'm very excited about that. You can buy tickets to that in the link in my bio. If you go to my link tree, I have tickets for January 22nd, Laughs at the Pack, which is Jen Fresenia's show with Flashy Flamingo Productions. That one's super fun. It's at an indoor dog park. Tickets are $10 or $15. I'm not sure. That's on my link tree as well. So you guys can go to my Instagram and click on that link. My Instagram is at alainabamfield. Yeah. So, and I have to remind you guys that I don't fucking Ellison, the open mic that I run, they're still under renovations, so I'm thinking the month of January is a no-go for open mics. So that will be starting back up in February, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. But thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the videos and my opinions. Sorry if they were shitty, but we will see you next week. Bye.
And then went out of their way to ask when the next one was coming out. And I was like, and Baby doesn't just let you use their restroom for free. You have to buy something. That's misleading. I need to stop doing that.